Morning, everyone. Welcome back to Find Your Morning Flow. We're on day 4, and it's all about nourishing your soul before everybody else's. And I tend to be surrounded by women who are natural nurturers and extremely ambitious. So don't mind our special guest today. We have my crazy cat Clover. My boyfriend calls her the white devil because she's a little crazy, but I can't seem to get her out. So anyway, we have a little visitor this morning. Hi, Clover. Welcome to Facebook Live and Instagram Live, Clover. So this morning I'm talking about nourishing your soul before everyone else's, because like I said, I tend to be surrounded by very driven, ambitious women who have big dreams, big goals, who are living a big life, but that are also somewhat a little bit sensitive, and they need to be reminded to take time for themselves, and they also need space to do that. So I'm providing this space for you this morning. And hi, Bridget, thanks for joining me live to really help you reconnect to your soul before we go out and take action on the day. And that's something that's really important, because when whatever work we're doing in the world, for instance, today I am supposed to write a sales page, and if my energy isn't behind that work, people are going to feel it. So it's really important to just take these few minutes for ourselves, reconnect, nourish ourselves so that we actually have something to give. Molly, thanks for joining me. Everyone that's just hopping on, my cat won't leave me alone, so we might have some distraction. Clover's hanging out in the background. All right, so this morning I'm going to start off with a poem once again from this book, Stripped. I actually discovered this book through my beautiful friend, Talia Kamosi. If any of you are in the online world, make sure you go follow her. And this morning I'm going to read something called Believe. And this is one of my favorite words ever. And this is a really great way to start our day. So it says, if you believe nothing else today, believe that there is something else more mystical, more powerful, and more lovely than you could ever understand. Your only job is to let go and trust that every beat and every step and every inch of your world is lining up exactly as it should. Let go and let yourself be made by magic. And that's really my intention for you this morning, is to help you feel connected to that thing that's bigger than you, to that inner voice that's within you, so that you can feel capable of giving more. Because if we're giving from a place of lack, we often can feel really resentful, whether it's to our family or in our career. We have to make sure that our soul is filled up, our bucket is filled up, so that we can actually give love out to the world. So this morning I invite you to just take a few moments with me to settle in and tune into your inner voice. And taking a nice, comfortable, deep breath, and just setting aside anything you'll go to after this and anything you were doing before. And this is just a quick 5 minutes for yourself to reconnect with who you really are, to reconnect with what matters most, and to fill your energy bucket so that you have more to give. All right, and like I said, don't mind Clover. She's being a bit of a distraction. But hopefully you guys can focus anyway. All right, so we're going to start by tapping on the side of the hand and say, even though I am being pulled in a million different directions, and it's hard for me to slow down and make time for myself, I accept myself anyway, and I choose to give myself a few minutes this morning. All right, good job. Even though my energy is being pulled in many different directions, I choose to release that pressure for a moment and reconnect with me. Good job. And tapping on the side of the hand and say, especially because there are things that need to get done, it's hard for me to slow down and tune in. But I give myself the time and space to do that now. I allow space for me. All right, let's go to the top of the head and say all these demands that I'm feeling drawn towards. I'm going to the eyebrow point and say everything that's on my to-do list. Side of the eye, all these things that need my attention. Underneath the eye, it's hard for me to slow down and let them go. Underneath the nose, being pulled in so many different directions. underneath the mouth, feeling like there's not enough time or space for me. Collarbone point, I'm willing to take a few minutes this morning for myself. Underneath the arms, I'm willing to connect to my inner voice. Underneath the chest, all these things that are waiting for me. Wrist point can wait for a few minutes. Time for me is important, and I choose to give it to myself now. All right. Taking a nice comfortable breath. And that's our first round this morning. Thanks everyone who's joining. Hi Trissa, hi Lenka, hi Jen, hi Yolanda. So this morning's really about nourishing ourselves before we nourish everyone else. And I mentioned at the beginning, I tend to surround myself with women who are go-getters. They are amazing moms, they're natural achievers. But they also sometimes forget to nurture themselves. And if we're not nurturing ourselves and we're still giving, it can end up, we come from that kind of place of resentment, right? Where we're like, we're so tired, we just want 10 minutes to ourselves. So if we start this every morning by giving ourselves 5-10 minutes, we're coming from that place of abundance, waking up. We're knowing that we're already filled up, that we have so much more to give. And we're connecting to how much we love our life. That's a big thing right now, overcoming that judgment and comparison and really realizing how blessed we are. So thank you. I got the tail end, but I love this few seconds we have. We're going to do another one, Trissa, so you guys can stay for another few minutes. All right, so tapping again on the side of the hand, we're going to say, even though I'm feeling pulled in many different directions, and there's all these things on my to-do list, I'm willing to take some time for me this morning and let some of this pressure go. Even though a lot of these things are very important, I am important too. And I choose to give myself the space that I need. Even though I might be feeling the demands of others, I choose to let this pressure go. I choose to connect with my inner voice and what matters most to me. All right, we're going to top the head and say, any pressure that I have been putting on myself, eyebrow point, to do more or achieve more. Side of the eye, any judgment that I have around where I'm at. Underneath the eye, any comparison that I'm holding on to. Underneath the nose, I honor the part of me that's afraid. Underneath the nose, and I choose to let it go. Collarbone point, everything is unfolding at the right time and space for me. Underneath the arms, I trust in my process this morning. Underneath the chest, all the things that are pulling me in different directions can wait. Wrist point, because I am just as important as them. Top of the head, I choose to nourish myself before everyone else today. Eyebrow point, I choose to make time for me and my inner voice. Side of the eye, I matter just as much as everyone else. Underneath the eye, and I choose to move forward in a more powerful place today. Okay, underneath the nose, we're going to say, remembering my power and my light. Underneath the mouth, remembering the world that is within me. Collarbone point, releasing any expectation to be or do better. Underneath the arms, and allowing myself to move through the day. Underneath the chest, with more trust, grace, and ease. All right. Awesome. The other thing I wrote down was, I don't need to push, fix, or figure out. I can move through the day with ease, trust, and knowingness that everything is working out. So maybe letting that be your mantra today, or something that you need to remind yourself. And this is something that I usually put in my phone, and an alarm will go off, and I say, so this morning it'll be, I don't need to push, fix, or figure out. I can move with ease, trust, and knowingness. Everything is working out for my highest good. And even if you're resistant to believing that, the more you remind yourself of this, the more you'll start to believe it, and life will show you that to be true. So to end off, I'll read once again this poem called Believe. If you believe nothing else today, believe that there is something else more mystical, more powerful, and more lovely than you could ever understand. Your only job is to let go and trust that every beat and every step and every inch of your world is lining up exactly as it should. Let go and allow yourself to be made by magic. And one thing I've been reminding myself of this week is anytime I make a decision in my life to do something or to go somewhere or to be something, I make that decision, the universe, God, spirit, whatever you believe in, always backs me up. It's like, okay, we're doing this now. All right. And that's how you let go of the how. You make a decision to do something today. So maybe it's make time for yourself. Maybe it's whatever it is you need today. The universe will support you. It will give you what you need to make that happen. So give yourself permission to have a beautiful day. Enjoy these few moments to yourself. And an awesome practice after this is to take a few moments to write down or think about some things that you're grateful for and note why you're grateful. I'm grateful for my daughter because she makes me feel so loved and connected and powerful. I'm grateful for my home because it makes me feel warm, cozy, and secure. So I hope this practice is helpful for you. I hope you guys have a really amazing day, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.